All right. Now it's time for Bobby's Popcast and kind of what's trending in pop news. So we'll kind of combine what's trending in the Popcast into one because this one was hilarious. I saw memes and headlines all the way when I was in Florida. Elon Musk and President Trump are no longer friends. They're actually feuding over Trump's big, beautiful bill. I don't get political on the podcast, but I think this story is just too funny because they remind me a little bit of Real Housewives that immediately become friends when like a new wife joins the show. And then by episode 3, they can't stand each other and they're at each other's throats. It's really, really funny to watch. The comedian in me loves the entertainment value. So Elon called it a disgusting abomination and brought up Trump's name being in the Epstein files. Trump fired back and said that Elon Musk is also in those files. Trump also threatened to cut Elon's government subsidies and contracts. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I just know it's pretty messy in the politic world. Dakota Johnson once sent a gallon of gorilla poop to a guy that broke her friend's heart. And you're probably wondering, how did she get that? How would you do that? Well, there's a real website called poopsenders.com. And I don't mean to give that website out, but the petting me says, have fun. I'm going to actually look it up and see who might get a gallon of poop from me one day. So anyway, I just think that's pretty funny and petty. Halle Berry has been proposed to by her boyfriend, Van Hunt. She hasn't given her answer yet. She says it'll probably happen. She's just not in a rush because she's been married 3 times. This is so funny to me because Jennifer Lopez, think about it. Nick Jonas will play Paul Stanley in a Kiss biopic, as my old co-host Woody would say. It's a biopic called Shout It Out Loud. There's no word on a casting for the 3 other members of the band. I wonder if they should invite Joe, his other brother, because he's an actor too. But Nick Jonas continuing to make his way into films. He's actually a pretty good actor. Tom Cruise, congrats to him, set a Guinness World Record for the most burning parachute jumps by an individual while filming Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. He did it 16 times total. That is 16 times too many. I saw that movie. It was intense. That movie was like 3.5 hours long, it felt like, but the stunts were just out of this world. And I'm telling you, Tom Cruise, ageless. He just knows what he's doing. TSA agents searched Benicio del Toro's bag and found his script for the Phoenician scheme, which starts with a plane crash. Benicio wasn't bothered, and he was actually happy that the guy was paying attention. If you don't know Benicio del Toro from being in the Phoenician scheme, which is the brand new movie, he's also the Wolfman from my favorite movie that came out in, I think, 2010, starring opposite of Anthony Hopkins and Emily Blunt. I watch it like 3 times a week. It's really, really good. Dolly Parton craves the same food item every single day. Here's what she said. I have to have something with potatoes. I mean, I'm just one of those people that I either have to have a baked potato or some mashed potatoes or some French fries or something to do with potatoes. And there's an episode of Paula Deen that I really, really like because if you don't know Paula Deen, she's a kind of Southern home cooking gal known for her decadent dishes. She was making, I think there was a whole episode dedicated to potatoes. And she said the funniest line, and I have to agree with her because I feel the same way and with Dolly Parton. I never met a potato I didn't like. So that's how I live my life because I do love potatoes and I could have them every day. Very, very starchy though. And I'll leave you with this one. Darius Rucker just raised over $815,000 for the wonderful cause of St. Jude's. He actually held a charity golf tournament at his 16th annual Darius and Friends benefit concert. Morgan Wallen was there, surprised the crowd and sang a song. So congrats to Darius Rucker and St. Jude. I just love what they do. I see the commercials all the time. Makes me cry because I hate to see sick children, but I love that sick children can get help and their families don't have to struggle. So there you go. Just a little shout out to St. Jude. As always, thank you for watching another episode of Bobby's Popcast. I will be back tomorrow with fresh new content just for you, baby, because I'm revitalized, rejuvenated, and sun-kissed from Florida. As always, head over to bobbyadon.com to catch all my streaming channels, visual platforms, and social media handles if you want to follow me. I appreciate your support and I love you. And by the way, the clock is ticking. I'm about to be 45 years old on June 20th. So, I don't know what the heck to think about that, but here we are. So after coming back from Florida, I just mentioned that I was sun-kissed, and I will say the sun there was a little bit more tolerable than Colorado, which kind of makes me rethink of having a sunsetter. My friends at CS Custom Blinds, locally owned and operated for 15 years right here in this community. Bree and Pete are the business owners, husband and wife couple, and they do a phenomenal job with customer service. But they're authorized dealers of Sunsetter, which means the Sunsetter, it kind of makes your outdoor space that gets baked in that sun usable again, because guess what? It's cooler in the shade and you get to still enjoy those beautiful Colorado views without those harmful UV rays that attack your skin and give you that lobster red sunburn quality. I'm more sun-kissed from Florida, but if I was in the sun all day like I was in Florida here in Colorado, I would be lobster red and have horrible skin. So yeah, life is better under a sunsetter, and treat your skin well. Now's the time to call for your free home estimate. 719-344-2799 or visit them online at cscustomblinds.com. CS Custom Blinds, Colorado owned for your Colorado home. Thank you.